Hi folks, I hope you're doing well. Blake here and I'm back with a new YouTube video. So if you don't know who I am, if you've not been here before, I'm Blake. I'm a musical YouTuber. I make lots of different content, not only my own performances where I sing and play guitar, I also do lots of different things, and some of those things include guides to growing on YouTube and kind of sculpting your brand and making your catalogue of videos to grow as a creator on the platform. So it's taken me a little while, but I've been a YouTube partner for a few years now, and in this video I want to talk you through a key thing for getting new viewers and new subscribers, and that is designing professional looking and enticing YouTube thumbnails. So there's lots of fantastic design editing softwares out there, and I use Canva. That's the one I'm going to talk to you about. So I'm going to show you how to use Canva on their website. As most people, when you're editing your YouTube videos, it'll be on your desktop, but there also is a mobile version of Canva, and if I just zoom in and show you, for your mobile or other devices, you can make the edits for whatever design you want to do and make them available online or send them via email or other social media service. Okay, so let's talk about pricing first of all. So most of the things that you have on Canva you can use for free. Even the free version has got over 1 million professionally designed templates that you can use for different things, and over 1,000 different types of document you can make. So as well as obviously YouTube thumbnails, you can also make different social media posts. Regardless of what sort of dimensions you need for the document, you can access that even through the free version, and there's lots of free elements you can use for doing your designs as well. So I think you can do most things you need to design wise with a Canva free account, to be honest, but if you wanted to, they also have a more premium package. So Canva Pro, if you were wanting to go down the more premium route, you can either pay for on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. On a yearly basis it's about £100 a year, and on a monthly basis it's about £13 per month. I find it to be quite useful, and during this kind of vlog where I show you different things you can do in the software, anything that's got this little sort of crown next to it is a premium feature, so something that you need the paid version of the software to use. But as I say, a lot of the things you need to do, especially making the thumbnail, downloading it, emailing it, and adding various elements, most of that you can do with the free version. But I'm showing you a kind of overview of sort of a range of different things you can do on both the free and premium versions. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you can do on Canva. So here's a recent thumbnail that I used for my blooper reel quite recently, and you can see that having opened up the thumbnail I can change everything in here. So I'm just dragging some shapes about. I can change the colour of anything here. What's quite nice is it gives you the colours what are in the photo and anything, any brands or anything in there as well, so you can kind of match your colours to the vibe you're going for, or your design or your brand, that sort of thing. And you can change them easily enough. You can scale them, you can change where they are in the picture, bring them to the front, take them to the back, change the layering. You can change the transparency as well, which is this little shaded grid kind of image at the top. If you click on the text, you can edit that as desired. So I'm just showing you here, you can edit the text as desired, so just changing whatever you want. You can change the font, you can change the layout. It's kind of everything you'd expect to give you really a sandbox for making whatever you want in the software. So for instance, you can change how far apart the letters are spaced, or the kind of line spacing. You can make it more or less transparent, as I mentioned. Any of those options are easy to do, and I think the software is quite easy to use even for someone that's not super used to graphic design. So if you go into the text or any images and click the edit button, there's lots of ways where you can closely edit it. So in this case you can see I've changed the background for the text to make it more visible, and you can change the font as well. There's hundreds of different fonts on here, and at the top here it'll save ones you're already using in the document. There's also a brand kit, so this is mentioned on the left, and you can see this is a premium feature. And if you wanted to use this, I've not used it at the moment, but it will let you save all of your favourite fonts, elements, designs, logos, all that sort of thing. So if you want to keep anything that you'll keep bringing in to different designs for different posts, different thumbnails, whatever, you could use this kind of brand kit. But that is a premium tool, so you wouldn't have that on the free version. So let's talk about the Canva dashboard. I think it's quite easy to understand. So if you look here, there's a list of your projects. Here's everything I've worked on relatively recently. So if you have made a thumbnail or anything like that, you can very easily make a copy of this, and that can be a way that you can kind of start from a previous formatted project, and you can kind of edit that as desired. That might be useful, for instance, if you're doing a series. So you're using mostly the same background and just changing slight things like the text or that sort of thing in your thumbnail creation. If you're starting afresh, then you might click on create a new design, and when you're creating it, you'll see there is actually an option for a YouTube thumbnail, and it'll give you the desired dimensions for that. So clicking on that will give you just the right size shape to work with. If you're also struggling for ideas, it's a very clever software. So if you clicked on YouTube thumbnail, it will give you a lot of these kind of standard looking backgrounds for YouTube videos, and you can edit them as desired. You can change basically everything on here, and you can even search and specify that you want a YouTube thumbnail that's related to, in my case, music, for instance. And I can change this as desired. So you see I've put a picture of me in rather than the stock person that was in before. I've changed this text to say this is about guitar solos that I'm going to kind of talk about in this video, and then I can go on to share the picture. So just showing you some picture editing tools you can do. I'm moving this around, and again another premium tool is this background remover. If I click this, it will kind of locate me and take out the background entirely, and in this case you can see it's just got me and my kind of scrunched up face, and it's removed the background. So you can add elements easily. Here's an example of me adding a subscribe button. Please subscribe if you're not already, and you can move it around, scale it and all that sort of thing. So you can do that for anything you want to put on, which might be a logo or a picture. You can also upload your own pictures, which I'll show you in a moment. So you might want to add a background. You can see here I've removed the background from me, and if I search YouTube background, for instance, it will give me a load of blank canvases, and I can copy one of them in, and you'll see when I scale it and put it behind everything, this will look like what you'd kind of expect for a typical thumbnail. So just putting it at the right size, going on position and sending it to the back, you can see we've now got a new looking thumbnail where the back is lit up in this kind of backdrop design, and then I've moved my cropped picture to the front here. So as well as removing the background, you can do lots of other things as well. So you can see there's different filters on here. You can change the color palette of the picture you're looking at. You can do what's called a magic edit. So if you go in here, AI will help you change the picture how you want. So you can see I'm just writing in add a hat to my head and drawing on my head where I want the hat to be added. If I click generate, it will generate something based on the AI's understanding of that. And in this case, you can see it's given me a few very interesting and swanky hats, sailor hats with the look of it. So you can see that you can change pictures using these AI tools, which may be good or bad depending on what you're wanting, but it can help you really kind of show what you want to show in YouTube thumbnails. Again, where you're using AI tools to sort of enhance your pictures, these will be premium ones, so bear that in mind. But going back to standard edits that you can do even on the free version, you can see that if you click in edit, there are a lot of different kind of natural and brightly coloured or dimly coloured filters that we can apply. You can change the intensity to which they are applied. So if you're wanting a certain colour palette, you can do that, and you can edit your pictures as desired. This is really useful to get the sort of branding you are after for your channel. You can have other effects as well where you're slightly changing the picture. So if you click on blur, for instance, and then go over and highlight the bit of the picture you want blurred, it will save this change, and you can see when I've removed it, when I've moved myself, the bottom of me is blurred out and kind of a little bit out of focus. So you can change things like this in terms of exposure, brightness, you know, blurring things out. You can kind of enhance different features and things like that. So if you want to do anything like that, I think this is really useful and easy to do. Just taking this one step further, if you want to use AI tools to entirely make you a kind of thumbnail, you can do that as well. So searching in and picking what you'd like for a background. So for instance, you can see here I've put a musician playing on a massive stage, and it gives me this AI generated and quite powerful image. So you can use things like that as well if your content is not particularly you doing something, but something in a field that can be kind of manipulated by AI, and you want that sort of interesting looking thumbnail which is going to sum up the things you want to talk about or share on your YouTube channel. So you can very easily put your own pictures within these YouTube thumbnail designs. You just drag them in from whichever folder you're keeping them in, and then you can either make it as the whole background of the picture, you can add it as a small square in kind of on top of the picture, or you can use it on one of the frame sort of frameworks like I've done here and put it, in this case I've put it me performing within a phone. So there's really sort of no limit to your creativity on this. So once you've made your YouTube thumbnail, you're happy with it and you want to add it to your video, how do you share it or download it? There are lots of options on Canva, and here are some of the ones you can use. So when you click on this share in the top right, when you finish your design, you can choose what kind of file type you like. You can download it directly from here or on your mobile device if you're using Canva on your phone or tablet, for instance. Or as you can see in this drop down, you can send it to someone, whether that's yourself or someone else, via social media channels. There's loads available, or messaging services as well, like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, for instance, or you can email it. So usually I will email it, and the file has to be smaller than 2 megabytes to be used as a YouTube thumbnail. So bear that in mind when you're attaching it to an email or similar. It's got to be small enough to be applied for the thumbnail. Once it's downloaded and you have it on your computer, here's how you can change it. You just go into the video as you're making it, or in this case after I've made it, and you can see there is a dedicated part for changing or adding a thumbnail. So as you will know if you've made any YouTube videos already, if you don't add a specific thumbnail like this, then YouTube will just take one of 3 stills from your video and take that picture and use it as a thumbnail, which looks quite amateur. So it doesn't look as clear, there's no text telling what it's about, there's no branding, no logo, nothing like that. So although this video is not sponsored by Canva, if you like what you're seeing, then please do go and check it out. There is a link down below in the description. I can only recommend it, it's been really useful for me. And on top of that, I wanted to keep this video quite short and sweet, so I've been through some of the main things you can do in terms of editing, but hopefully you can see it is quite vast. There's lots of different editing options, you can use them in lots of different ways, not only for making YouTube thumbnails, but making loads and loads of different things for social media as well. So thank you very much for watching. That was my guide on using Canva to design professional looking YouTube thumbnails. Hopefully this will help you to up your thumbnail making sort of game. And as well as that, if you've enjoyed it, please let me know and click the like button. And please comment if you have any questions and I can try and help you as well. And if you are into music related content in general on YouTube, then I not only make guides like this where I talk about being a music YouTuber, I also make my own music which I release. I make gag reels, I make reaction videos, I do vlogs talking about various things in the music industry. If you're into any of that, please consider clicking the subscribe and notification bell buttons. I'm trying to release roughly a video every week, and if you are subscribed, you'll be one of the first to know about it. Thanks very much, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.